Hey, what's going on? We are live. You know, my buddy Glenn Morshower makes fun of me for saying that. Hey, I hope you guys are doing great. Just want to pop on and say what is up. Hang on, I'm trying to find this thing on my phone. There it is. There it is. So, hey, I wanted to talk to you about the number one biggest thing that's held me back in my life. Leanne Isaacson, how in the world are you? I was just chatting with Leanne over in dude. Glenn, he's a jokester. He loves to joke. So Danielle Rowe is in the house. What's going on, Danielle? So Leanne is over in, she's down under. She's down in Australia. What's up, John Piper? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Hope I didn't inspire this live. Well, no, you didn't. I was actually thinking about this earlier today. I've thought about this a lot, this topic that I'm going to discuss, and that is what holds us back in life. See, I think for me, it's been I haven't thought big enough. I haven't thought big enough. See, everybody wants to go to heaven. As Grant Cardone says, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Oh, Sherry Gideon's happy birthday. That's right. Today's your birthday. 29 looks great on you. It looks great on you. Happy birthday, my dear friend, Sherry Gideon's. I wish I was out there at your party. You know, I have spent so many years of my life not thinking big enough. Stuck in Glenn's not here, dude. Stuck in that small thinking mentality. Thank you for sharing, Ernest. I saw that you shared. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. We would be having a lot of fun, that is for sure. So, you know, we all have dreams. We all have these dreams of, I want to do this. I want to be bigger. I want to expand. I want to grow. But we get paralyzed. Not everybody, obviously, but I know I've been there where I get paralyzed with limited thinking. I put limitation, and it's not intentional. It's unconscious, right? We put these unconscious limitations on ourselves, saying, well, you know, that's good for that person or that person, but you know, I'm just not sure I know how to do that, or I can't do that, or whatever it is. So we put these limitations on ourselves unconsciously, and as a result, we may spend an entire lifetime hoping and wishing for the day that we can break free of that thinking and take our lives to a different level. I know some people. There's actually somebody on here right now that's a very, very talented musician and singer, and just is I don't know what it is that's stopping this person from going all in on their life. Gotta go. We're looting Barnes and Noble tonight. Wow. What's up, Larry Schneider? How you doing, bro? So, you know, we create our own mental prisons, and I've been there a million times. And, you know, now today I have different goals. I can't put Hey, bro. Thank you, John. I appreciate that, man. I really do appreciate you saying that. What's up, Jose? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. We are breaking free. And that's the thing, it is not, here's the crazy part about it. It is an event. It is an event when it happens. When you finally see the light, when you will have that moment, but there will come sometimes, in some cases, years and years and decades maybe, where it's building up to that moment. But see, like with a singing career, you can't wait on that, man, because your voice doesn't get better with age. Sorry, it just doesn't. That sucks too. There's plenty of examples of what I'm talking about. But like if you want to be, if you, whatever it is, like, dude, this is your own, this is not a practice round. This is it. This is real life right now. This is real life. This isn't a practice round. Like, there's no do-over. You got to go all in on your freaking life, man. God put you here. And Glenn does talk about what's my biggest secret to creating my unlock. Edwin, my biggest secret to creating my unlock is, honestly, a tremendous amount of pain. And I got to this place where I was doing something in a career that I knew I reached this boiling point where I knew this is definitely not it. This is definitely not it. And it all kind of collapsed. And this was just a few years ago. And all of it just kind of collapsed around me. And I was left with the thought of, what now? What now? What do I do? What is it that I really, truly want in my life? Hey, Barbara, good to see you. Thanks for being here. And when I finally said, what do I have to lose? I'm just going to go ahead and go all in on my life. And I was approaching 50 years old. I was like, my God, I'm coming up on 50 years of life on this planet. And I'm still living my life based on how I think other people want me to live my life. And that just sucks. It sucks to live your life based on what you think other people want you to do. And Glenn, that Eric keeps talking about, Glenn talks about this all the time. What are you going to do when you get to the end of your life and you look back and you go, man, my biggest regret is I lived my life according to how I thought everybody else wanted me to be. When are you going to remove the blinders? Remove the blinders and say, I'm going all in on my life. Look, it doesn't mean that everything's going to be perfect. Life is so darn short. Barbara, you're right. It's so short. I mean, I honestly, I'm going to be 52 next month. Sherry, you're amazing. 55, playing full out. That's freaking awesome. And it literally, there's this story I read in a Dr. Wayne Dyer book, I believe it was, that says, he talks about these two women that were best friends. They shared the same birthday. They reached 70 years old, and they went. It was a tradition every birthday they would go and have breakfast together, and they sit down on their 70th birthday. They sit down to have breakfast, and says, one looks at the other and says, "Well, we're 70 years old. It's man, what a life! It's time for us now to start getting our affairs in order. It's not too much longer until we check out of here." And her friend looked at her and she goes, 70 seems like the perfect age to learn how to climb mountains. And it's a true story. That woman went on to be the oldest person alive ever to scale Mount Kilimanjaro. So it's going to come at that moment where you go, enough's enough, man. I'm done playing small. And I got to tell you, Grant Cardone has had a huge impact for me. Huge impact of looking at my life and going, have I been playing small? Have I been playing it safe this whole time? Have I been playing it safe this entire time? Have I been playing like as just trying to be as safe as I possibly can? Reminds me of when I first got sober almost 18 years ago. I know this woman, she's since passed away, Miss Viv, and she had, I don't even remember, 38 or 40 years sober. And she says, and I said, how in the world it was 38. How in the world do you get 38 years of sobriety, Miss Viv? And she said in her raspy voice, she says, well, honey, you don't drink and you don't die. And then she'd start laughing. But like, right? It's one day at a time with whatever, but like I look back at my life and I think, was I playing small? Was I really playing small? How do people go from this mindset of having, a $500 a week mentality and going to $5 million a week or whatever? How do you go from that to making $1 million a day? Because that's not just like, I mean, obviously it takes intelligence and it takes work, but that's a mindset. You don't just wake up one day and go, okay, now I'm going to make $1 million today because I said I can. You've got to start. It's a long, hard road. You've got to put in a lot of work to get that mindset, to get the mentality to where you're operating every single day from the mentality of making $1 million a day or whatever it is that you desire, whatever it is. Making like Eric is very sarcastic, which is sarcasm is just anger coming out sideways. He's actually just angry with this. He does not like this particular conversation because he knows he needs to wake up. We all need to wake up. We all need to wake up. What's up, Tommy? How you doing? Look, we all need to wake up to the reality that like this isn't forever. This flesh and blood, this expires. It has an expiration date. And the crazy part about it is we don't know what that date is. Thank you, Banumati. Banumati. Did I say that right? Banumati. Good morning. Well, it's evening here. We don't know what the expiration date is. None of us do. And we all, hey, Kellen, how are you? Jim Weaver, how you doing, bro? We have no idea what our expiration date is. So what do most of us do? We're living day after day after day, just trying not to die, trying to stay alive, trying to barely hang on, trying to barely survive. And God forbid, you should have a big, big, big dream. A big, ginormous goal. What's up, Craig Myers? How you doing, man? A big goal, huge goal. You know, Abraham Lincoln said, the best way to help the poor is not be one of them. My stepfather, a World War II veteran, used to set the little bird sits on our shoulder, and when it says, come with me, then we must go. That's right. Joe Ingram. What's going on, dude? We just talked. I just hung up the phone with Joe a little bit ago. You know, how big is your think? How big are you thinking? Joe is now doing an article every week for the LA, what is it? The LA Times or the LA, one of the newspapers in Los Angeles. It's an online deal. What's up, Scott? How you doing? How big can you think? How big can you dream? And have you stopped dreaming? Have you stopped dreaming? Los Angeles? Really? Los Angeles? I thought it was Los Angeles. I'm just kidding, dude. How big can you think and dream? Like, and I'm serious. If somebody said, look, I'm going to give you $5 million, but here's the thing. You have to work. You have to have something you're doing to earn an income. What would you do? What would you do if money was not an issue at all? What would you do? Biggest thing that has set me back was me. I just started a new business on Saturday, something I've wanted to do for 15 years. Boom. There you go. That's what it's about, man. Like we sit here and you think about, like, if you've ever given up a bad habit. I quit drinking almost 18 years ago. It took me longer. It took me so much pain. So much freaking pain. There is my dear friend, Lisa Marie Kennedy. I can't believe she's even on my stream. She's like way up here. I'm just this little guy down here compared to her. She's amazing. I love you, Lisa. You're amazing. And I'm kidding. She knows I'm joking. She's amazing though. So, you know, what was I talking about before I went off on that? Lisa Marie Kennedy. You just posted about it today. I did not see your post. I promise I didn't steal from you. Anyway, she said, shut up. So look, I was headed somewhere and I completely lost it. Somebody remind me what I was talking about. Anyway, our thinking is what is holding us back. Life, this is not a practice round. You may just be in a simple survival mode, like just get through today and don't die. But at some point, when you were born into this world, you didn't have these fears when you were born. Bro, you going public with your sobriety may help another start down that path to do a better life. Dude, I have been public with my sobriety for many, many years. I've been chastised. Oh, you can't talk about that. I don't care. Dude, if you judge me because of that, you judge other people because of other things. I don't care. And it's probably people that are sitting there chugging the booze while they're judging me about sharing my sobriety. I love it. So look, Colleen, I love you. You're amazing. What would you do if you cannot fail? That's right, Doug. What would you do? What would you do? And you know, we can sit and you can write it out too. And I do. I write out, and I write big dreams. Like think about Walt Disney. And I know that these are all cliches and they're all, everybody talks about the same people. I mean, look, think about that guy. He put everything, I mean, literally everything on the line. And I don't know if you've ever been to Disney World or Disneyland, but it is literally the most magical place on earth. Like, it's not just a saying. It literally is a magical experience. And like, that guy just had a dream. And he had so many freaking failures before he finally acted on the dream. Make it a reality, Craig. Do whatever it takes. Get your foot off the brake. Get your foot off the brake. Stop the stinking thinking. Charles, that's right. Yeah, Lisa Marie Kennedy lives there. She knows. It is literally the most magical place in the world. I can't die without meeting you first. I've got to download your wisdom. You're on my bucket list. Can't wait to meet you, dude. 56 days sober. You go, Colleen. You go. Proud of you. And look, I was on somebody's feed yesterday, has 24 years sober. I saw somebody the other day, 35 years sober. There's always somebody that's going to be better. There's always going to, I shouldn't say better. That's not the right word. That's done it longer, right? But I have a friend that used to say, dude, if you got up, and this guy, I was 60 days sober. This guy had 18 years sober. And he said, if you got up before, what time did you get up this morning? I said, I don't know, 7 o'clock. He goes, I didn't wake up till 9. You've got more sober time than I do. If you got up earlier than me, you've been sober longer than me, because it's one day at a time. One day at a time. I literally went to the store last night for a late night run to get me some, I'm addicted to eating cantaloupe. I love cantaloupe. So I'm walking through the store, and I see this red, white, and blue like soda thing or something, right? And I stop and I'm like, wow, that's a cool looking package. And I thought, wonder what that tastes like. And I'm like, holy crap, it's friggin' booze. And I put it back down. I'm like, I was like, that's how quick it could happen though for me, right? Like, oh wow, this looks like really cool soda or pop or whatever you call it, and no, it was booze. So like, live life one day at a time. But man, don't stay, like, you got to think big, man. You got to start dreaming again. You were born with something unbelievably amazing inside of you. Unbelievably huge. My buddy Eric Cornelius, he's probably not on here because that's how he is. He can sing like you guys wouldn't, like, if you don't follow him on Instagram, you should go look him up on Instagram and listen to this guy sing. He can sing. I mean, he can sing like you can't believe. And he doesn't. He does it for Instagram. And he needs to go all in on his dream of being a Nashville, like whatever the title is, country music star, whatever. The guy is amazing. He really is amazing. And it kills me to see people, and it kills me because I've done it to myself, to see people have these big visions, these big dreams, these big goals. See, I love this right here. I love this. Keep up the fight one day at a time. I love this. Encouraging each other. That's what life's about. Sandra, he has an amazing voice. And if he would just go, but see, he's like all of us, right? We get to this certain level and we think, okay, this is the best level I've ever been at. I'm not supposed to end my sentence with an at, but whatever. This is the highest level I've ever obtained in life financially. And so this is good, man. This is good. And since this is good, I can't give up good to pursue what might be, maybe great. It may be. A lot of people fail in the music industry and in Nashville, right? So if I go all in on that, then I've lost good. I got greedy. And people around you will say, you're being greedy. Man, do you realize how many people fail trying to do that stuff? Don't do that. Are you crazy? It's like people that have network marketing businesses. You'll have everybody and your uncle tell you that you're insane. What are you doing? You can't do this. You're asking all your friends and family to give you $500 to join your network marketing company, or you're asking for whatever it is, right? And they'll call you crazy. And here's where most people screw up, including me. We believe them. We believe those stories. We believe them. The negative naysayers are always going to be there. And it's like Grant says, they've given up on themselves. Do you know anybody that's ever said, man, I just love you so much. I really want you to be successful. I really want you to make it. And then you start making it, right? And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, wait a minute. Stay down here with me. What are you doing? It's the crab in the bucket thing, right? They want you to be successful until you become too successful or more successful than them. And then they want to pull you back down to their level. And here's what happens. It's all a subconscious thing that happens, right? We're like, okay. I'm sorry. I did not mean to achieve those levels of success without you. What's up, Eric Brower? Nick, you know it's true, man. Richard Trevino, my brother from another mother down in Corpus Christi. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Pastor Richard Trevino on. I'll clean up my potty mouth now. Right, Pam. Pam Aubrey's in the house. That's it. I want you to be successful. And then you start achieving success and they hate you for it. They hate you for it. Nick, it's funny you ask. Nick just gave me the perfect segue opportunity to plug my own book. So Walls of Wisdom, Turning Pain into Profit is a fabulous book, and I highly recommend it, of course. But what's right is right. What's up, Cam Roberts? How you doing? I got to tell you, the best book ever is right here. This is one of the very best books ever written. Because look, success has nothing to do with your bank account. And does that sound crazy? That sounds crazy, doesn't it? Success has nothing to do with your bank account, yet it has everything to do with it. It all is up here. It's all up here. It is all in your head. All. It's the conversations you're having with yourself about yourself and what you're capable of. That book, the Beyond Positive Thinking by Dr. Robert Anthony, is an amazing book. Absolutely amazing book. Another great book to listen to on Audible. Do not try to read this book. Is David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me. It's easy to think positive is cliche, but it is as simple as being positive. Well, Nick, this is beyond positive thinking. It digs deep into the mind. Freddie Perez says, lost my two best friends because of that. They were born with everything, not me. I think they never imagined me kicking their ass in the game of life. I love that, dude. Love, love, love that. That is awesome. Hey, Teresa, how you doing? Eric, that book is incredible. If you haven't listened to Can't Hurt Me on Audible by David Goggins, listen to it. Because here's one thing that he says, and Jesse Itzler talks about it in his book, Living with a Seal. You gotta listen to that book too, man, because oh my God, I'm serious. Jesse Itzler knocks it out of the park with Living with a Seal. So listen to Can't Hurt Me first, because then Living with a Seal will make a whole lot more sense, because David Goggins is considered the baddest man on earth. He is a Navy SEAL. He is a badass. I mean, he is unbelievable. And Jesse Itzler hired him, and I can't even imagine what that costs. Like, what is that? $1 million a month? Who knows what, probably more, right? So Jesse Itzler hires David Goggins to live with them for a month. And he wrote a book called Living with a Seal. Oh my God. Like, look, when you think you've given it everything that you have, Goggins says, and he proves it, Goggins says, you've only given it 40%. 40%. By the way, yeah, Mike, Beyond Positive Thinking is, oh my God, it's so good. So good. Hey, I want to give you guys an opportunity, by the way, to go. I did a free, as many of you know, I've been called the king of live streaming. I actually own livestreamingking.com. I did a free training module in my Grow Live Academy. Go check it out. It's free, freesocialtools.com. If somebody would type that into the comments for me, I would be grateful. So it's clickable. Just put in the www.freesocialtools.com. Go over and check it out for real. Check it out. It's free training. And then you actually have an unbelievable opportunity for some of the other stuff after that. So check it out. So Teresa loves reading her Bible every night. That is a great book to read. Absolutely. The number one best-selling book of all time is the Bible. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Pam says, hold it. Let's look at Craig's first. How much would Grant Cardone charge to have him live with me? It'd be a lot, dude. It would be a lot, because he's making well over $1 million a day. So I don't know. You'd have to ask him, bro. So Pam says, I was literally it's covering my face. See that? I feel like the guy from what's Tim the Toolman show. Anyway, I was literally just sitting here thinking about how I fought the fight of my life in the second custody suit my ex filed. I represented myself and went before the judge repeatedly, all alone, not a single person in the courtroom to support me. If I can do that, I can do anything. Sometimes we just have to remember what we're really capable of. It's the truth. And you know, here's the other thing. You lost me? Oh, you lost me because of your comment. I'm here. I'm still here. I'm just being covered up by this humongous comment. So look, you are capable of so much more than you give yourself credit for. So much more than you're giving yourself credit for. Mike Halsey, thank you for popping that in there. I appreciate it. Mike's the only one that put the link in there for me. What's that all about? Come on, man. So look, you're capable of a lot more than you give yourself credit for. And you stay stuck in that spot of safety. You stay stuck in that spot of being safe, playing safe. Just survive, don't die. Just survive, don't die. It's like I told you about the I charge $1 million to post links. Nice. Well, then don't put it in there, bro. Somebody else will do it because they love me. So look, like Mike Halsey just did. My man, thank you. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. So look, and I'm going to actually pin Mike now. It is pinned to the stream. So thank you for that, bro. How long are you going to play safe? How long? You're going to get to the end of your life. You do know that, right? The end of your life is coming. Nobody knows when. We don't know when. We don't know when. When's my day? I don't know. I don't know. Don't know. Oh, snap. Craig Myers. He did it. My brother. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. When are you going to stop playing small with your life? Or are you? The better question is that, actually. Are you going to stop playing small? Are you going to do it? Are you going to wake up tomorrow morning with the same excuses you have every other day of your life? Oh, my foot hurts. Oh, my neck hurts. Oh, I got so much to do. I can't write my goals down. I can't dream. I can't dream. How many really, really elderly people have you met and you just see sadness in their eyes? I'm not picking on anyone. I'm just saying, have you ever met an older person and you just see the sadness in their eyes? Like you feel their energy. Like, what's the Shakespeare quote? There's no sadder word from tongue nor pen, but these 4 words, what might have been. Sadder words from tongue nor pen, but these 4 words, what might have been. How long do you sit back and continue to watch life pass you by? I created all of this training for social media, live streaming. I created this entire academy to help people grow their lives, their businesses, their careers. Jeffrey Gitomer's wife is the one that told me to do it. When I had Jeffrey Gitomer and Grant Cardone on a live stream together with me, I don't know, 6 or 8 months ago, when Jeffrey's new book came out. And she texted me afterwards and she's like, Ken, you have got to do a course teaching people how to do what you do. And so I did. And the first step is to go take the free training right here. freesocialtools.com. Charles Coachman, thank you. freesocialtools.com. That's the first step in the journey of learning live streaming and what it can do for your business. I cover a lot of different industries in there. In that free training, I touch on a lot of different industries and how you could do it and how you could benefit from it. Learning how to properly live stream. There are people doing live streams that should not be doing live streams until they get some professional training. And I'm not going to mention names, but you know who you are. you know, and so do we. Anyway, I'm not picking on you. Look, I've been through it. Free. That's right. Working in long-term care was one of the best things I ever did. Talk about getting a perspective. Right, Pam. You know, I'll tell you, I saw I'm not going into personal stories, but look, here's the thing, man. Don't get to the end of your life and say, man, I could have had so much more. There's so many people. Like, I have invested, I don't even know how much money. I mean, hundreds of thousands, if not more, dollars in my personal development, in courses and seminars and webinars and making myself better, in books and everything in my life. And there are people afraid to spend a little bit of money to make themselves better. They're afraid to buy a book. They're afraid to buy a course. They're afraid to buy a membership to something that's gonna that could possibly change their lives. And here's why. It's not necessarily because of the money. It's because they don't trust themselves that they'll actually put in the work. They don't trust that they're actually going to do the work that's required to achieve those levels of success. Weldon Whitehurst, my brother, how you doing, man? Was just talking about you a little bit ago, man, how good of a guy you are, with Joe Ingram. It's like Grant says. Grant says it. Everybody wants to die. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. When is now going to be a good time for you to change your life? Because there's going to come a moment in your life, and here's the part that's cool, man. You get to decide this. When is now going to be a good time for me to change my life? When is now going to be a good time for me to bust out of obscurity? When is now going to be a good time for me to start taking freaking massive action in my life? When is now going to happen for you? Is it going to happen when you're 88 years old laying on your deathbed? 90 years old laying on your deathbed? 100 years old laying on your deathbed? And are you going to be able to look at your life and say, yes, that is what God had in mind for me when he sent me here. That's exactly it. I lived the life that God intended me to live. Or are you going to look back and go, man, I half-assed everything I did. And I'm sorry if my language offends you, but it's look, wake up. Wake freaking up. Wake up. And you know why I get so ticked off about it? Because I've been there and done it. I've done it. And then I woke up and I was like, why did I do that for so long? Thinking so small for so long in my life. Almost 50 years. 50 years. Listen, did you know that being a billionaire is possible? Did you know that? And your first thought might be, well, yeah, it is for those other people that are lucky, but I'm not sure it is for me. Look, everybody that's watching this, I think that the people that follow me and watch my streams and listen to me in general are really good-hearted people. Sure, you've got some bad apples. Joe Ingram, for example. I'm just kidding. I love Joe. He's such a good dude. Everybody that follows me and watches me and listens to me, I know you're good people. In your heart of hearts, you're good people. You provide value to your customers. You provide extremely high levels of value to your customers. You do. Why not scale that? Why not think, okay, how can I scale this? And if you can't scale it, if it's not scalable where you can achieve massive levels of success, then get out. Get out. If you can't think of some examples of how this person's over there, Colleen, you're a perfect example. I won't go too deep, but Colleen changed my life. She literally changed my life. That woman right there. She's saying I rock. She freaking rocks. She changed my life. I was in unbelievable amounts of pain. I mean, every time I walked, I could barely move. I mean, it was so, I had whatever it's called. She told me she does this. I don't know if she even still does it or not, but she knows the human foot better than anybody I've ever met in my life. And she goes, oh, you have plantar fasciitis, or I don't even know what it was, right? She's like, what you need to do is this, boom, 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 boom. And so I'm at the Grant Cardone conference in Miami. She's there. She's like, I need you to come up to my room with me for a minute. And I'm like, I'm a married man. What are you talking about? She's like, stop that. I need to get and so she like takes these impressions of my feet with these foam things. Then she ships me these orthotics. If you've never had orthotics, professionally made orthotics, not the Dr. Scholl's crap, because that didn't work for me. She ships me these professional orthotics, and it changed my life. It changed my life. I still have them, the same ones. She sent me several pairs. Like, that's something that you could scale the crap out of, but you got to go all in. You got to be all in. Well, I'm afraid to go all in. Then guess what? You're going to be on your deathbed someday in fear. That fear that you feel right now, if you're 40 years old and you're feeling that fear right now, in 50 years when you're 90, if you don't do something to take action on that fear, when you're 90, you're going to feel the same exact fear. It doesn't change. It may grow, but it doesn't change. It doesn't change. And when are you going to go all in on your life? Tracy Swanson, how in the world are you doing? Curtis, I am so happy that you're here, bro. Thank you. Go over to freesocialtools.com, sign up for my free training module in there. Check it out. My ebook is in there, the 100 live stream ideas. By the way, that can be used for more than live stream. You could take some of that stuff, put your own twist on it. It's just a way to spark some creativity. You could come up with social media posts. You can do all kinds of stuff. And it's a great ebook. I wrote it, 100% of it. My wife designed it, made it look real pretty on the inside. It's a great book. Check it out. Go to freesocialtools.com. Watch the free training module. It may spur some ideas for you. It may. Some ideas of creativity. And Colleen, you are welcome. I want to see everybody go all in on their life, like all in. Stop screwing around, man. This is not a practice round. This is it. This is it. I'm 52 years old. My grandparents lived to be 90 and 91. If I'm lucky, if I am lucky, I've got maybe another 38 years or so. If I'm lucky on this planet. "38 years. I don't even remember what it was like to be 38 after being here for 38 years. And if I live another 38 years, I'll be 90. What am I going to do, man? What am I going to do with my life? What are you going to do with your life? Are you going to drop the BS excuses for not going all in on your life? Are you going to drop the fear? All the excuses. Look, I've been there. I've been there. I'm not judging you. I've been there. I want to wake people up, man. I think that's my purpose on this planet, is to wake people up to their true potential. Wake up. Let's roll. Let's do this. Go over to freesocialtools.com. And I saw every single one of you. I'm pointing at the comments. Oh, you guys can't see the comments. I see them. Sorry. I saw every one of you. I'll know if you didn't sign up for the freesocialtools.com. I'm kidding. I'm not going to guilt trip you. Just go check it out. I love all of you. I want you all to wake up. I want all of you to have an amazing night. Thank you for being on here. I genuinely appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great night, and I will see you later. Peace.